Individually, we all conducted our own primary research on the music video, digipack and website homepage of the indie music genre. These individual analyses can be found on our separate research pages. We have gathered together all this individual research and spoken as a group on the typical conventions we found of the indie genre across these three media products. In this video, we will give overall feedback of our findings of the primary research we individually conducted as a group.
We found that there were many key generic conventions apparent across all three media forms. We noticed that the convention of simplicity is reflected. In the music video, the filming is on location instead of on sets and in studios. The digipack and web pages were also kept very minimal too, with more image to text ratio and plain colour schemes. These conventions differ to the mainstream music artist media forms. Therefore, these unique conventions reflect the uniqueness of the indie genre. And also, there could be financial reasons behind the simplicity, as indie artists may not have a high budget, as they are not considered that well known compared to mainstream artists.
The main representations were uniqueness and mystery. Although the indie genre is classified as a genre with similar representations and ideologies, all the artists were unique from each other too, meaning their products were also unique and slightly different from each other. We noticed an element of mystery with more image to text ratio, not giving away much information. We think this strategy is used to draw in the audience to find out more about the artist by listening to their lyrics or reading on. We found that there was a noticeable lack of multiple ethnic groups included. White British were overrepresented in all three media forms. However, other ethnicities were underrepresented. The overrepresentation of white British ethnicity may be used to display the traditional British country theme, the indie culture values.
We found the music videos in the indie genre generally rely on mainly narrative but only a bit of performance. We believe there is more narrative used to establish a relationship with the audience, so the audience can interpret the lyrics and see what the lyrics mean within the narrative. This helps to build a relationship between the audience and the music artist, meanings and emotions. We found there was display on some performance, but not much. This may be because the indie genre is more focused on the music rather than the artist, whereas mainstream music videos have more emphasis on the artist than the actual quality of the music. We found that it's quite common in the three media forms for the indie genre to not plaster the artist's face everywhere, and it's more about the music. When performance is displayed, it is linked to the narrative to help to tell the story, and the artist miming along with the lyrics.
Again, in terms of iconography and mise-en-scène, the minimal and basic indie conventions are still present, with the artists and actors wearing casual clothes and the images and music videos being shot on location, for example in a house, a town or woods. This could represent the indie value that, again, the actual music means more than the video and images, and the media forms actually represent an individual's everyday life rather than the fake glitz and glamour the mainstream media tend to falsely portray everyday life as. This helps the artist discreetly build a realistic relationship with the audience.
Some enigma codes are utilised. For example, in the videos, there is enigma codes within the narrative being told to the reader. This is a question that is waiting to be answered within the narrative, so it draws the reader into watching the whole video to find out the answer. Other enigma codes embedded in the web page and the digipack include unanswered questions about the actual artist. Because these media forms in the indie genre are so minimal and not very detailed, the audience needs to read on to find out more about the artist.
There are very few close-ups used representing the artist, as they're less important than the music narrative and meaning. Lots of freehand filming is used within the video to give the effect that it is unique and homemade.
These three media forms support the ideologies of uniqueness, independence and difference, but also that the quality of music is considered as more important than the artist.